Hello everybody, this is TB1 back in the video. This time, of course, is my NXT review for the 6th of May 2015 edition, which is last week, but you can go and give your comments below in this episode. I know I'm not up to date with the newest episode, but unfortunately I haven't got to that episode yet, so what you're going to do, I might get that one up later today. Of course, there is a little bit of a notice here. I have exams next week and the week after, so I'll be busy for the next 2 weeks and will not be making any videos, whatever. But at the very end of the month, I'll probably have my podcast up around the 20-something, and my 8th hub podcast. So that's a good bit of news. So it's probably the next time you'll see me up here after my next NXT review. So that's just a little pre-warning and disclaimer. And also make sure to leave all your opinions in the comments below. And yeah, enjoy yourself. So let's get on with this review, and I'll give my opinions first. So first match is Emma versus Charlotte, and this one features Emma as the sort of heel she is now. If you don't know already, she's wearing all Bayley's clothes. She's trying to compare herself to Bayley. She's trying to teach Bayley to do something differently. Obviously, she failed on the main roster, and she's come back down here to bring a new sort of depth to her character, I guess, and bring something different, really. The main feeling is there that she's trying to, I guess, digress from what she usually does, and I think she's making a decent effort at that. She is against Charlotte, and I love the way Charlotte kind of wins this one, and it's like, oh, she's still a pretty champion at heart, I think, and she's definitely one of the best women in the locker room at the moment in NXT, if not in all of WWE, just in terms of in-ring work, and so she makes sense that she wins this. Anyway, Bayley comes out and does a belly suplex on Emma, and we see her just down, and yeah, it's fun. And then Bayley obviously held back by Charlotte. So yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, fun match. So I didn't have any problems with that match. I guess I'll talk about Lil Dempsey and Rhino versus Rhino. Okay, so this one was like two big babies fighting. It's pretty weird to watch, actually. If you don't know, Lil Dempsey is obviously the biggest baby, and then Rhino is sort of like a more muscular version of him, a bit taller, slightly, but they're pretty much sized, similar. But of course, Rhino has to dominate, gets the spear, lovely little. But yeah, I would have wished it was a bit more competitive. I know that they're trying to, I don't know, what are they trying to do? They're trying to crush Lil Dempsey as a wrestler. It seems like that is what lost a lot of matches straight clean like that. And, well, Rhino, yeah, Rhino is alright. Again, I have to say that he has to be in some major angles or something that can probably propel him to, I guess he's trying to work with other people who are jobbers, but yeah, sort of the Baron Corbin route, I think it's all a bit lazy, but no, I think that was kind of cool that he targeted the main event of NXT, but I think that he needs to capitalize on that and do something with that. So we're going to see, hopefully, some more development, and hopefully he gets to be on Unstoppable, NXT Unstoppable, the new pay-per-view. Speaking of Unstoppable, we have obviously a few matches confirmed. I don't think we got any new matches confirmed this week, but we did get some good good development on the Owens and Zayn feud. And of course, Zayn, we saw a little bit of a recap of him basically on Raw when he was on the other week with John Cena, working with John Cena. It was in Montreal's hometown, and NXT. Sami Zayn made his singles debut on Raw, and he had a great show with John Cena. I thought that it was a great moment for Raw, and it felt like John Cena was having a good time out there, but of course Sami Zayn had to get injured, and I don't know how that's going to play into Unstoppable. I didn't really get much information on that this time, but of course this week we got 2 sit-down interviews with Michael Cole. First one being with Kevin Owens, who sort of didn't give much out. He was a bit, I guess, a bit closed, a closed door, Didn't really reveal much to Cole, as you would expect from a guy like Owens. He sort of just refers back and digresses to his family, and he's like hiding in the shell of his own selfishness. So I really like where they're going with this character. I hope he keeps doing stuff like this because it's fun, you know, and it's such a contrast to Zayn. Zayn, of course, is the happy, upbeat guy, but he really wants justice on Owens for, I guess, a non-title shot at NXT. Or is it, yeah, sorry, a title shot, because, you know, Zayn wanted that, so that would probably be a title shot at Unstoppable. I'm very excited for this match. So, like, the third match they've had together. What else? Or the second, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I also think that my favourite bit about this whole rivalry, not just, like, the matches or the interviews, it's basically the tension between the two. They've been friends for so long, you can definitely believe them being enemies, because, you know, all friends have that sort of, can have those sort of moments, and it feels so, you know, it just feels really good. The tension and everything there between them is palpable, really, so you feel like you're experiencing a real sort of rivalry, a real breakdown of friendship, and it's very relatable. Yeah, so any one of these really could feel like could just break down at any moment, so we'll see what happens in the next episode of NXT with that sort of main rivalry going into Unstoppable in the coming weeks. Right. Our next match was Sasha Banks was backstage, and no, she's preparing for, of course, for Unstoppable with what's her name? Becky Lynch, right? And so Becky Lynch gets a I think it's a pretty good backstage moment where she talks about her whole career and how she got here. She even brings it up at a contract signing which they have together, which obviously ends with pretty, like, disastrous consequences, and they sort of beat each other up, but Becky Lynch kind of ends victorious, which I loved. It feels like Sasha Banks is going to win because they're giving Lynch the early offense, and it's only, like, we still have a few weeks to go, so a lot can happen in that time frame. So, you know, as much as I would like Banks to win, as much as I'd like Balor to win the NXT Championship, it just doesn't seem realistic to me. You know, Banks needs to have a good, strong reign, I think, to cement herself in NXT, and if she ever is going to move up, I think, like, say if Charlotte moves up, she might want to, but if she does end up moving up, she's going to have to have a status in NXT where she goes to the main roster if she has some sort of, you know, believability, and like Paige did herself. So it depends, I think, but you know, I like this feud. I think I like the way Lynch has developed and gotten so much better as a talker and a wrestler, I think, but it definitely feels great to see her finally get something proper to do and not that weird Irish gimmick. But look, she's getting pushed early on, but it's a pretty good, enjoyable feud. Again, with like most of the feuds that I see here, it's enjoyable. So William Regal comes out, you know, and says they signed the contract, and you know, Banks even has her own stamp there. So yeah, that's good. We also see the debut of Yuha Nation. Someone, I'm not sure on, a new guy who gets signed, and he sort of shakes hands, and he's coming soon. I don't know who it is, so I don't really care. But we'll see who that is in the future. Next one was the main event. I'll go talk about it right now. So, of course, this is sort of a bit the build-up to, of course, Unstoppable with the triple threat, Balor, Itami, and Breeze. And we have Itami versus Breeze tonight. Oh my god, so excited for Unstoppable. What a good one that's going to be. Anyway, in this one, Balor comes down to ringside to watch this match. Instead of, like, going to commentate, which would have been good, he just sort of watches, like, you know, with a little smile, grin on his face, which is funny. Anyway, we see this match develop, and yeah, it was fun because Breeze started off not wanting to get kicked, at all, and so he sort of just ducked away from all that, while Tommy was going in full force on Breeze, just like mad on him, and he keeps trying to get off the outside. So Breeze is sort of out here, and I'm not gonna get kicked, and yeah, he sort of the heel beatdown, and then he sort of starts getting in the ring, getting into the match. And he also gets a side headlock, which is very enjoyable. So he's taunting Balor from the outside of the ring. That's the other aspect of this match, and you can see Breeze just dominating there in the ring for a bit. And even in the ring, he's sort of maintaining his character, which is good. And he's like, oh, sort of making fun of Breeze in ways, and then there at the same time he's just beating down Tommy. Eventually the crowd slaps Tommy back into the match, and he starts to get into his kicks and running drop kicks, and then connects with a neckbreaker over the top rope and stuns Breeze. Wow, I can't remember this that much, but like it was like pretty intense there. So Hideo looking for the running kick, but Breeze goes the outside. He goes it for again, but ends up taking out Finn Balor and sending him over the barricade. So he went over the barricade. Tommy and Breeze fight back into the ring. Tommy ducks over the beauty shot and connects with one leg dropkick for the win. Yeah, so the little outside aspects really came in. So Tommy wins it. Wow! And then as he's celebrating, we see Finn Balor get up and shake off the kick. Breeze attacks from inside behind and lays him out, but Balor makes the save. The tease Balor turning on Tommy, but it ends with Tyler hitting the beauty shot on both of them. So we don't yet see that happening, and that's great because we still need to get more build-up, so we're not going to see that just yet. I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to all happen on Unstoppable NXT pay-per-view thing. Don't want to see it too early on, but I want to have a great match, so we'll see what happens, and there could be some rivalry or some big moments of friendships breaking in that whole NXT number one contendership match. So it's going to be very exciting to see who's going to pretty much get a good match. And yeah, so basically that is all of NXT. I have to say it was quite good as always in building up the next pay-per-view, and they definitely didn't stray away from even like bringing in most of the rivalries there that are going to be the three main rivalries, of course, that we're going to see. And yeah, I really liked it. The matches were of a decent quality, but like, I mean, it wasn't for the matches that I really enjoyed this, but whatever, what you gonna do. So yeah, that's it, me guys. I'll see you with my next NXT review.